Hey, welcome back, Bungie guys. Yes, it's Bungie Day. Yay! Everybody rejoices. So the store is selling a bunch of cute little things for y'all to engage with, and that's fun. I personally don't give a fuck. A lot of people that I've played with in this game will come up to me, will come up to me, will come at me with commentaries about how hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you play raids? Why don't you do nightfalls? Why don't you here? Why are you in a clan if you're not doing those things? And I'm like, I'm in a clan because it's fun to be in a clan, and it's good to have some people around to participate in activities with, like, I don't know, mayhem, um, and maybe some Gambit. Maybe if, like, we actually got a Gambit crew together because we don't have a Gambit crew. The clan that I'm in is really casual. My son and our friend and I all started it back in Destiny 1 as a way to, like, encourage other people to come in. And yeah, we all wanted the achievements and shit like that too, because we were trophy hunters back then. I not anymore. I realized that the value of the trophy has no actual in-game application to me, and I just don't feel like I don't feel like putting in the effort for something that isn't going to benefit my character or my gameplay. Um, and that's not to say that hey, playing a mode gets you better at the mode, and that's I understand that, but it's like there's nothing really different about the raid. I hate to say this. I hate to sound like an ass for saying this, but I know I'm going to sound like an ass for saying this, but it has to be said. I don't see the hype. I don't see the hype in the raid. I don't find the mechanics in the raids to be, or find the activities in the raid to be overly challenging. Um, and it's not like I'm going to solo this shit. I mean, with a moderately interested fire team. I'm just going to put that out there. With a mildly interested fire team. In other words, they're there to get something out of it, whether it's going to be the full complete raid or they're just farming a checkpoint. You're going to get shit done. And that's the way it was. I learned that back in the early versions of the Vault of Glass. Um, that it was not hard to do. I mean, you don't need to, like, micromanage every little move of your character. There are certain things that people do instinctually because it's a knee-jerk reaction, and it does oftentimes, fuck a whole run, and you got to start back over again. Um, but that's just human. I mean, like everything human, it's always going to be complicated. So the point I'm trying to bring around here, and I'm going to get to that point because I don't want to be that person, that content creator who just sits there and rattles like I am right now. Um, who I am in game is who I am really in life. I am an investor, and I'm not talking like Wall Street style or day trader type investor. I'm talking like everything I do is cost evaluated for me. Um, Everything, because I know that altruism does not truly exist. You're getting something out of anything you do, otherwise you wouldn't do anything. And there are many days where honestly I don't do anything because I just don't feel like there's anything I really want. I'm content. I do my chores because I know that's a healthy, clean house is a healthy, clean life. Um, I feed my body what it needs, and I make sure that my cravings are sated without going overboard. I've actually lost some a pretty good number of pounds, just by adopting this philosophy and really coming to it from the idea that I'm starting to play like I'm starting to engage in my life. Get it done, and only do what you can get done. And if there's something that you need done that you can't do, don't be afraid to say, "Hey, I need some help." And and then is it worth getting done? That's the other thing too. So a lot of the reasons why I finally relented and built myself a warlock and then a titan is because I wanted to get the ascendant alloys so that I can get the weapons built and get them leveled and get them, you know, uh, improved and everything, and have the chance to experiment and explore and experience what it is, and if there's something I wanted or not. Fucking blew myself up. Killed by the Architects. Good to see you guys. I've missed you. It's been 12 hours since the last time you stopped by my gameplay. In any case, the architects are here. God, I want to call our fucking. I want to rename our clan the Architects, but my son is the clan lead right now, and I don't have those. I don't have those benefits. I don't have that privilege to do so. But I think it'd be kind of funny to call ourselves the Architects. That one says you were killed by the Architects. Um, I'm sure there's a clan out there already called the Architects. But in any case, oh hey, we got it. We did it. Um, should be able to get solar kills out of this right now. Damn, how many of these things are there? One time, my wife was helping our youngest clean her room, and they pulled a bookshelf away from the wall, I think, or something like that. And this wolf spideress with her babies on her ass came trundling out, and it was based upon their initial screams. It was quite horrifying. I only got to see the aftermath. By the time I got down the hall, something had crushed the poor creature and destroyed most of her young, and the rest of them had scattered. And it was like vacuum cleaners and brooms for the next 45 minutes or so, trying to find everything that had tried to get away. And I'm like, every time I see the exploding shanks come out of that hole, I always think about that event, and it's kind of like, ah! I used to think that the Fallen were based on crabs or lobsters or something like that, crustaceous fish. Um, because the pipe, right? But then I said, "Oh no, the shank is a is a blade, and the pike is also a bladed weapon." So there we go. Um, but then they went into the whole spider tank, leaned into that so good, and I was like, oh, okay, so there's spiders now. That's kind of neat. Wait, there's my ninja tag. That's the only one I get. Come on, baby, come down here and play with me. Eh, eh. Okay, we're gonna get there eventually. No, okay, never mind. We'll just do it the whole hard. I don't know why I'm trying to include the lost sector. I don't fucking care. Hi. Um, I like this pulse rifle. I really want to build this pulse rifle, but I have to get cabinets for it. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. Aw, I didn't get any armor. You shall not pass. Okay, maybe some of you will. Okay, well I guess that's done. We did it. We're good. We have it. Yay! I'm gonna go talk to Coco now and get my abilities done. Alrighty, so that's that. Um, so I guess I don't know what I was trying to really. But the point is that everything you do is a combination of active effort and patience. Neither of them are exclusive. You can't do something with patience without some kind of effort to maintain that patience, and you can't do anything with effort without having some patience to maintain that effort. You need the both, and the balancing act is what goes on there. It's like when you have a couple of eggs and you have some shredded cheese. What do you want? Shredded? You want scrambled eggs, or you want an omelet? How do you make a scrambled egg? Well, with active effort um, and a little bit of patience. How do you make an omelet? With a lot of patience and very little effort, because an omelet is basically the egg cooked all the way through, scrambled, of course, but still scrambled, but laid into the pan and then cooked on one side, flipped over, and then folded in half and cheese added. Or however which way you want to build the omelet. You can build an omelet so many different ways. Just like you can plate scrambled eggs in so many different ways. Whereas scrambled eggs, you're constantly stirring the egg. You cook it on the flame, you lift it off the flame, you fold it around, then you put it back on the flame. And again, this is just one technique of making it. So it's like, what kind of a player are you? Are you more patience driven, or are you more active effort driven? I'm more patience driven. I want forward momentum. There's always going to be some momentum in what I do. There's always going to be, a goal set up aside, and there's going to be. Oh, that's why uh, we don't have Art 2.0 yet. Okay, I might be able to get all this. I'm gonna want my. I don't want my class ability. I don't give a fuck about my class ability. Gonna want. I'm gonna want movement. No, actually, I'm gonna go with the aspects and fragments. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna want the recovery one.
Yes, of
I'm
course.
gonna want the resilience one. I'm gonna want the strength one. He's got a lot.
Very well.
Don't care about that yet. Don't care about that yet. I don't want the intellect one. First, I'm going to go with all the ability buffs. This is what I'm talking about. See, I'm investing. I know I don't have that much glimmer, so I want to make sure that I get the things that are going to help my character progress. So I want all of this first. Then we're going to go to the aspects. We don't have enough for that. Okay, then we're going to come up here to grenades. I don't have enough for any of those. Let's see, movement. I know one of these is like super fucking cheap. I guess I ran out of glimmer. Oh, no, here we go. We got the barricade. Okay, so we could do the barricade. That's good for reloading. That's fine, because I don't get that ability. Okay, so we got our solar subclass unlocked. For the most part. So this is a perfect example. And it all happens quickly. And Bungie's built their game like an app, like a Google page, actually. It's an algorithm. You can see it the best when you're playing Crucible. When you're in a lobby and you're playing, and the game is actively watching you, everything you do in the game itself. So even if you're not interested in the match anymore and you know you're losing and you're just bummed you want to quit out, don't quit out. Keep moving around. Keep engaging with the opponents. Because what's going to happen is the next lobby you get is going to be based upon your performance in the lobby you were just in. And if you get crushed, if you're on a team that's getting crushed like I was this morning with my Warlock, they're going to do we're going to break up those teams to find a better match. They're not lying. They really are going to try to find a better match for you. It just might not be what you want. It might not be what you think, but it's going to be fine. You just got to keep applying that effort. And that's the thing is like, I talk about not giving up because I'm not really giving up on the raids. I'm not giving up on Nightfall Grandmasters or Legendary Lost Sectors or anything else like that. It's about the fact that I don't have the time because both active effort and patience take time. Everything takes time to do. Right now, I'm talking about all this, and I'm thinking about, finishing up this art project. I have 3 art projects cooking right. Actually, I started a 4th one this morning. So I have 4 art projects that I'm cooking through right now, and I want to see them to completion before the weekend. And that's just a personal goal. That's not something that needs to happen. But it'd be nice to have them available. So, if I have a show come up, I can go ahead and take them to the show and, hey, we could actually get some cash done here. And that's kind of really what it comes down to is that once upon a time, Bungie had all my time. Bungie had all my patience and all my active effort. And now it's kind of like, I'm sorry, guys, but you just haven't earned it. You just haven't, earned it yet. And that's a Smith song. You just haven't earned it yet, baby. And for as clever as your AI is, and for as engaging as for as clever as your algorithms are, and for as engaging as your AI is, it's startling that you can't figure out what your player wants and then try to provide that for them as best as possible. What am I doing? It looks almost like Amanda Holiday. I'm growing my character's equipment pool. I'm working on. Oh, that's right. I don't have any glimmer. I'm broken. I'm progressing my characters. I'm getting them set up so that they can do things, in the game that'll eventually provide that. And it's almost like I've hit the reset button. I've spent the last 2 years fasting fasting Titans and Warlocks, not playing them. I think that's subconsciously what I was doing. I do a lot of stuff subconsciously, believe it or not. I've noticed that in myself. I'll go through the day, and there'll be a couple of things that I'll do, and I'll be like, why the fuck am I doing that? I don't understand why I need that right now. I don't need that, but I'm going to do it. And then, like, about 2 days later, whether it's because I set that up on purpose back then, knowing that I was going to do something in 2 days or more that was going to require the first effort, or I did the thing in 2 days because I realized, hey, I've got the time, I've got the patience and the effort, and I got this resource already prepared. Let's go ahead and use it. I don't know. It's kind of like what the Oracle did in the Matrix. What's going to bake your brain is that would you have knocked over the vase if I didn't point out that you're going to knock over the vase, and it's okay that you did. That's that kind of. It's what deja vu is. It's like recently they've been discovering deja vu is this misfiring of neurons, that we have places in our brain and orders of connection that determine where the temporal index is, where a memory sits in time in our brain, and that it is very possible that when you experience deja vu, it's because the past point, the note that says this is a past memory or a past event, is connecting at the same time as the memory node that says this is a current event that's happening to you right now. So you're already accessing it as a memory of the past. It's kind of like you take the picture, of the event with your phone, and then you're looking at the static picture of the event on your phone, and the event is there still in front of you. That's kind of what they're describing deja vu as now. They're saying that deja vu is probably activating in people like this, and that when you have a brain that is constantly connecting and firing in all these different locations, that they are more prone to experience deja vu. And I think that's awesome. That's an awesome concept. Um, I like the romantic idea, the fact that you've lived through it so many times that it's just become second nature for you now, and you know what it is. And that's technically what skill is all about. Skill is basically doing the same thing over and over so many times that you eventually just do it by muscle memory. Like, I mean, I'm over here talking, having a conversation about deja vu, memory, and things like that, doing things on habit. And what am I doing? I'm doing things on habit. Because I've already done it twice before on my other two characters, and I'm just going to pop off and go do that again. And it's kind of nutty when you think about it. But again, that's how you can manipulate your interest with, effort and patience. Um, and that's why, like I said, I don't consider myself as having given up on raids and grandmasters or legendaries or challenge modes. It's that I don't have the time to give them right now because I'm doing other things with the game. And if Bungie's algorithm could be clever enough to realize that I was engaging with this set of opponents in Crucible, so they're going to be in my next lobby, then why can't they be clever enough to, cue the strikes that I seem to perform the most with, or I seem to engage the most with? If all I do is sit back and let everybody kill everything while I'm in the Scarlet Keep, why do you keep giving me Scarlet Keep? I'm not going to engage with that strike because it is a time sink for me. Even though logically speaking, empirically speaking, I don't have. I think you only get one of these a week, account wide. That's kind of a bummer. We are going to progress the helm, though. I should be doing this with my other two characters, but I don't. But yeah, I mean, the why do I value the Inverted Spire over the Scarlet Keep? Because the Inverted Spire is more engaging. There's more going on with it, and there's not as much running around and hiking as you would think there is. Same goes for the arms dealer. The arms dealer is like you're dropped on the spot. You work in a tight zone. Whereas, like, with the Scarlet Keep, it's sprawl. It's bloated. And a strike takes about 10 to 12 minutes on average. And that difference of a 2-minute period with nothing to do but run is fucking insidiously boring. It is horrifically boring. It is not a thing I want to do. Okay, so we've got kinetics, swords. Yeah, I already know that. So we're looking for things here that I could do. Pleasure gardens, solar's good. Shotguns. Okay, that's going to be something a little bit specific. Okay, so we're going to the pleasure gardens. All right, so we're doing that. And where's me kinetics? There we go. So yeah, I guess that's about it. I'm going to wrap this up. Yeah, like I said, a lot of these videos, they're really me rubber ducking. So I want to say thank you for stopping by and being my rubber duck, and I appreciate that. If you find any use in what I've said, or you're connecting with it in some kind of sense of familiarity, um, go ahead and and feel encouraged to the idea that maybe you're really not quitting. Maybe you're just setting it aside for the moment to pursue something that's got a little bit more of an immediacy to it, and the return is setting you up for another approach. It's kind of like, I want to do the Vault of Glass raid because I'm looking forward to getting the Vex Method class, and I want to test a couple of theories that I have about character creation in your PlayStation account, in your Bungie account, excuse me, that I always go on about people having luck. And but I don't want to go into the Vault of Glass without feeling fully interested in it. And the only way I'm going to be feeling fully interested in the Vault of Glass is if I have three characters of three different classes, where I can then apply the appropriate amount of pressure, get the appropriate amount of response that I want, both for myself and for my fire team. I know from the original Vault of Glass, playing a Titan for me was far more successful than a Hunter or a Warlock. And I know that in Crota's End, playing a Hunter was far more successful. And I know that but that was these earlier raids where they did spotlight a character class here and there, and things were built that way. But now in the newer raids, it's kind of like it doesn't really matter what you play. It's more about how you're playing it. So instead of playing a warlock, maybe think like a warlock. Strategize your abilities and your pressures like a warlock, and play whatever you want to play. So there's an idea for another conversation, but not today. I am going to do this stuff, and I'm going to enjoy playing my hunter. I hope you guys have a great Bungie day. Probably be back later on tonight to comment on the TWAB and on all the fuckery that has. I think I'm in the pools.
The nightmares are converging in your
Where did I end
location.
up?
Begin the harvest.
Pleasure Garden's good. We're here. I still can't remember. Gardens down, pools up. All right. Later, guys.